it's Steph. Welcome back to the cantina. God bless America. Welcome back to the cantina. I'm sorry for that. So unprofessional of me. Want to talk a little bit about this story, accidental announcement of thing gonna happen at Star Wars Celebration in May, which is coming up in less than a month now. 28 days. First off, there is a new anthology series called Tales of the Jedi happening. And the positive of this is it doesn't look to me like it's part of the Stone Republic. But, and also because Dave Filoni is going to be the one that is basically going to introduce it. But if you know anything about the Twitter wars and people getting banned from Twitter and just the woke bullshit at Lucasfilm, here's the deal. I've talked about ancillaries before. Okay, people who don't really work for Lucasfilm, but they're attached to it. Talked about Brian Young, who is a writer for Star Wars Insider, and a bon vivant of basically trying to groom little kids into woke shit. He's very famously said some really shitty things about people like Bill Murray. He hates Han, he hates Luke. He wrote an article about Han Solo that seemed pretty good, but when you look at how much he just loved Kyle Ryan and Rey and Raldo, you know, and a stalker, he stalked me on LinkedIn. It's really interesting to me, looking at this, because I think if you're part of the internet wars, the war against Raylo and I think I've had an argument with Amy Ratcliffe before. You're gonna know this name, and you're gonna know where she comes from. So the announcer, the person doing this, Amy Ratcliffe. Amy Ratcliffe is a writer for Star Wars Insider. She also writes for StarWars.com. I'm gonna tell you something. The Filoni, Favreau people are not part of that. Okay, I'm gonna again remind you, Pablo Hidalgo built StarWars.com. That's what he was hired to do, okay? What is interesting to me is that she's also a managing editor of Nerdist, which is literally one of the most woke pieces of trash websites on the planet. Okay, nobody goes to watch it. Don't know why she's there. Don't know what her thing is. But I wanted to warn you guys because, again, if I don't think this has anything to do with the High Republic, I think that they would have said that. I think the rumor would have leaked that. Tales of the Jedi sounds like it's a kind of an outcropping of, I think there was a Tales of the Jedi from the EU, I can't remember. But it is not, I don't think the High Republic, even if Mazer sent me the thing from Twitter, hey Mickey, and it looked, the Spire, whatever they called it, from the High Republic, but I don't think it is. Doesn't mean it's not, but I think that would have come out along with everything else. So what I wanted to warn you guys about, though, is the fact that it is Amy Ratcliffe. Okay, again, she's one of the people who I don't think really works for Lucasfilm. If you're a managing editor of Nerdist, you really probably shouldn't even be working for Lucasfilm because, let's put it this way, clashing. There's a clash here. Something you're writing about and you're working about with something that you're interested in. Was it? Shit, I had it. It was right on the tip of my tongue. It's a violation of interest. All right, I'm gonna call it that until I remember. She's a managing editor of Nerdist, but she works and writes for StarWars.com and Star Wars Insider. All right, kind of weird. Okay. But I wanted you guys to be aware of that. Nerdist, I have had arguments with these women. They've actually gotten me banned from Twitter, okay, before. Because they're Raylos, and I think I've had massive issues with Amy Ratcliffe. And if I can get on Twitter before this goes on, I might ask Lucasfilm itself, why is she allowed to do this? If she works as a managing editor of Nerdist, why is she allowed? I mean, look, all right, fine. Then Jeremy Griggs should do a panel on X-Wing, okay? All right, I mean, that's there's a conflict of interest here, in my opinion. And that bothers me a great deal, all right? I'm not kidding. I don't know how else to describe it, okay? Anyway, so we gotta watch it. This is actually one of the first things that made me go, oh fuck. Okay, because Nerdist is a shit site. Okay, Nerdist is a shit site. It is a bunch of feminazi. There are no men on it. I don't think they even allow men anywhere near it. It is a feminazi, misandrist, driven, angry, awful site. And when I say awful, affluent, white, female, ultra leftist. Okay, so but this woman wrote she wrote Whammon of the Galaxy and some other, like The Mind of the Jedi, A Child's Guide to Star Wars. Like you'd want this person, like you'd buy these books because no. All right. She's one of these women who probably fantasizes that when she was a kid, she wasn't allowed to like Star Wars. Okay. So I want you guys to be ready for that. All right, because she's bad. She's a piece of rotten junk. Okay, that's what she is. All right, women who think like that are the reason why we can't have nice things. Okay, they deny their own femininity. They think it's bad. They hate men. They treat men like shit. And that is how it is with them. And I really think it's important for us to know who these people are, because, like I said, she's a rotten human being. But Star Wars Insider also has Brian Young, and he was caught doing Raylo or Kyle Ron. Oh God, it was Kyle Huck's sex chats with underage girls. Okay. I mean, it was just, I saw them. They got leaked out. Here's the deal. Twitter is now owned by Elon Musk, so that kind of stuff I think is probably going to go away. These people are either going to run and scurry like the rodents they are off of Twitter, or they're going to get caught and they're going to get in trouble. But if you honestly think that Twitter is secure enough to where you can have a secure private account. It's not private. Elon Musk can press a button and read every one of your tweets. That's not private. It's not private. It's not private if the company can see it. It's not private if somebody can hack into the company and open up your account to show everybody what you're saying. It's not private. Brian Young thought what he was saying to those girls was private. Then he got mad that private tweets or private messaging was put out there, and I didn't blah blah blah. He's trying to defend himself, and it's like, look, if you ever see this guy talk, he had that voice, that high pitched, squeaky little voice, and he talks like this. Okay, that's him. All right, and he works for Star Wars Insider. Again, where am I going with this? Well, all of us were married and supporting the Marine Corps, or working and putting bread on the table and money in the bank, and paying mortgages and rent and car payments. People like Brian Young and Amy Ratcliffe were getting involved in the culture. And they're activists. Again, what is my rule about activists? They are not creative. Okay? Amy Ratcliffe doesn't know anything about writing. She doesn't know anything about storytelling. She is a left-wing feminazi, okay? And she runs a left-wing feminazi, I hate men, blah, blah, blah. That's what she says. Site called Nerdist. Now, I had heard Nerdist. Which one was it? Was it the Mary Sue? One of them was starting to look like it was going to fold. And I don't know if it's Nerdist or not, but it would be nice to know if it was whichever one it was. Look, if you're a left-winger, if you're a Democrat, I don't care. Steven Spielberg is a Democrat. But he is probably the greatest director in the history of cinema after John Ford. Okay? All right? We talk about Coppola, The Godfather, and Apocalypse Now. That was it. That was it. Steven Spielberg, Jaws, Close Encounters, E.T., Indiana Jones, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, on and on and on and on and on. Some people feel like he's lost his edge. I'm not so sure. I think repeating a movie shot for shot that was shot in the late 50s or early 60s is not that creative, but he's got a body of work. And he never went after his audience. Okay? Same thing with George Lucas. Okay, every story he's ever written was for everybody. Same thing with Martin Scorsese, Robert Zemeckis, and the rest of them. Okay, same thing with, Ivan Reitman. Okay, it doesn't matter. Politics doesn't matter. This is the story, and people will like it. These people, and I'm talking about just the fans who stuck their noses where it doesn't belong, Nerdist, Star Wars Insider, StarWars.com. They are activists. They don't love the franchise. You can't love the franchise and sit there. I mean, look. Give an example. The woman in charge of Disney Publishing that runs the Star Wars part of it, Jennifer Heddle. Fat, overweight, round-faced, ginger. And she was attacking Luke Skywalker when that Heroes of the, a galaxy full of heroes, or a galaxy of adventure, whatever it was called, the shorts on StarWars.com, the channel on YouTube, came out, and Leia sees Luke for the first time, and Heddle was like, "I'd slap his face," and she's just like, "I fucking hate Luke Skywalker." I have the tweet. Okay, instant karma. The avalanche of what the fuck are you talking about? Get it. Then people realized who she was. Okay, this angry, fat, ginger, feminazi cat lady who probably is still a virgin for all we know. I mean, look, you don't get that angry if you haven't had, has never had any, probably. Yes, I'm saying that here. Just losing her shit. So she had the balls to try to defend herself. Now, I don't know if she's still at Disney, but I think she should be fired. And I think after this, I'm going to go check it out. These are the people that while we were running our own lives, got involved with our franchises. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why shit like the High Republic got okayed. This is why TLJ got okayed. This is why TFA was such a shit show. Okay, this is why the Han Solo origin story was such a shit show. This is, if you look at, look at all the woke that are at Lucasfilm. You look at Pablo and his attack on Star Wars theory for daring to be emotional seeing Luke come back in The Mandalorian. You look at these people, with their imagination and their fan fiction ideas about Han and Leia that don't make any sense. They're demanding that this get changed and that get changed because they get triggered. So what the fuck? Go seek help. Go find the clinician that basically diagnosed Amber Heard for a personality disorder or two, histrionic and borderline. Go and have her help you. Okay, get the fuck out of our Star Wars. Here's the reason why. Look at where Hollywood is. Okay? Look at it. Netflix is crashing. If you're looking at what's going on right now, everything that the streaming is not doing as well as they thought. And I think the reason why is that there's too many companies streaming, and there's where you could have everybody wanted their own, they all wanted their own piece of the pie. Don't work like that. Okay. I think streaming companies, you should have, Netflix should have competition. But I don't think the studio should own the streaming companies. I think the streaming companies should be owned by media entities who are well equipped to do that stuff. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to be able to buy a service with several different streamers on it, and then we'll be able to choose and pick what we want to watch. Okay, again, what is the rule? If I watch Moon Knight, Disney knows I watched Moon Knight. They can see it. Okay, and I tried in vain to watch it today. What the fuck? I can't, it was horrible. And I'll tell you, Mark's dad, I honestly thought that was J.J. Abrams for a minute, doing a cameo. I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, oh my God. Okay. But these ancillaries, these Amy Ratcliffes, these Brian Youngs, these people who don't work for Lucasfilm proper, but are connected enough to actually affect the fandom, they're a problem, okay? There's a lot of stink there. And the idea that she's announcing these animated shorts called Tales of the Jedi is just, ugh. okay? She's not a nice person. All right, she's not a good person. And I would think you get somebody maybe like Anthony Daniels to announce it, or somebody like that, or maybe, oh God, who's the girl that used to play Ahsoka, the voice? Get her to do it, but don't have this person. This person, look, this person has a conflict of interest, okay? And it's not even like when Stephen Colbert did the announcement for the rise of Skywalker with JJ and Kennedy, okay? That's what he was there to do. You could actually separate it. But I know for a fact that he doesn't go on Twitter and lambaste fans every 3 seconds. Amy Ratcliffe, I guarantee you, she's lost probably a good 20% of her followers on Twitter because they were probably bots bought by her. Okay, let's talk about that for a little bit. So, Truth Social went up, and it's number one thing on iPhone apps right now to get. Fine. Twitter and TikTok are right behind it. People are saying on Twitter that they're seeing people they haven't seen in a long time tweeting. They're seeing celebrities losing followers. It's too bad. Somebody should have looked at Ryan Johnson 2 days ago and then looked back on him. Because I remember whoever did the audit of Ryan Johnson's account said that half of his followers were bots. Okay. You're going to see a lot of that. Okay. And these people like Amy Ratcliffe are going to be called to the carpet and they can't do anything about it. Okay. They're going to go on there and they're going to be seeing people like me asking, this woman is a toxic female who writes for Nerdist and attacks other women for not liking the garbage that is a sequel trilogy. She gets people banned. She has done all this stuff. Why is she doing an announcement? Why is she going to Star Wars Celebration and doing this? Somebody needs to answer that question. Okay. Now, people at Lucasfilm will get angry because she's their friend. But Disney will see it. And who's the ultimate arbiter of that? Disney. Okay. They're going to have to distance themselves from these ancillaries. And, the Jason Wards. He says they have. I don't believe him. I don't believe a word he says. The Steele Saunders. He was the one with the "Your Snow Theory Sucks" stickers. Amy Ratcliffe's, the Brian Young's. And Disney's going to have to do something about Jennifer Heddle. Look at how badly these new novels for Star Wars are doing. I mean, if I had Valiant Renegade here, Cameron and Mike, the Mexican Iron Man here, they could explain very well why that is a financial disaster. Okay, Disney's in a cul-de-sac right now. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you guys to go, after I'm done talking, to Valiant Renegade's channel to see the latest video he put up. It's about the Reedy Creek issue. Okay. Now, first, I'm going to talk about one myth. The liberals out there, the SJWs are screaming that the people that live there are going to have to take on Disney's debt. No. Disney gets to pay that off. Those are Disney's debts that are incurred. When you hear the lawyer who actually has done special district work for Universal, he explained it very well. Okay, now, again, Disney is probably going to renegotiate, reapply. It's probably going to be a different thing. Meanwhile, we haven't heard a bloody thing going on from the inside of Disney, have we? It's been quiet, right? It's been quiet. Now, I've had people like Sci-Fi Universes come in and say, all hell's breaking loose. I've had trolls, a guy named Christopher, if you're watching, if you'd have told me where you heard that, you'd still be a member of this channel. Okay? Saying, oh, they're looking to replace Chapek with Peter Rice or some other guy, Tom Skaggs. No, they're not. Peter Rice has actually been talked about going to Warner Brothers. And honestly, that would be a good move for him. And the reason why is this. Zaslav is cleaning house and he wants results. Okay, there's a reason why CNN Plus doesn't exist anymore. Okay, there's a reason why, it looks like J.J. Abrams is not getting his black supremacist Superman anytime soon. It looks like he's basically lost his deal. It doesn't look like that, was it, $500-600 million deal with Bad Robot is going through. Okay. Interesting to note, by the way, since the algorithm at Twitter has changed, Doomcock did a study last night. Look at Alex Kurtzman's Twitter account. Doomcock has more followers now. Doomcock actually, when he posts something, gets more reaction from Twitter than Alex Kurtzman. This is not a mover and the shaker. It's not like if Tom Cruise showed up and tweeted something about Maverick, okay, or if Angelina Jolie tweeted something about her latest movie she's directing or starring in, okay. Look, J.J. Abrams scraped the bottom of the barrel when it came to some of these people to leave with Disney and Paramount. And look at these two assholes at Amazon ruining Tolkien. And they're, I think the only ones that are going to survive, hey Patrick, are probably the two at Amazon because Jeff Bezos can afford to lose money. Okay. Look, Jeff, if anybody wants to sit there and bitch about Elon Musk, first off, kiss my ass. Second of all, look at Jeff Bezos and look at him closely and tell me he's not a problem. Okay? There's shit going down in this world. Times are changing. Okay? Look at, the red wedding that Netflix had. Mark Zuckerberg's about to have one with Meta. Okay. Disney, when it goes up for its next quarter, is going to have a bad one too. Okay. It's going to be very interesting to me watching this on the way out. How everything changes. If we won't be talking about the same things next year. When you look at, like, even with Star Wars, even with this, Amy Ratcliffe announcing it, what is Tales of the Jedi? Weren't there, maybe someone in the chat can correct me, but weren't there EU books called Tales of the Jedi? Or, no, a comic book series. And if that's the case, there you go. Oh my God, dog. Damn. Every once in a while, it's like, what did you eat, dude? So, if it's kind of, yes. Okay, Jacob, then. It's down, Patrick, it's down when, to height of pandemic issues. And they can't afford to borrow any more money to boost the stock. Okay, this is horrible. And the reason why, go to my video and listen to what these fucking activists are saying. But so I'm not worried about this. It looks like it's going to be based off the comic books because it's the same name. Again, the image that Mazer sent me looked kind of like High Republic, but you don't know. So we got that. We've got Acolyte being pushed back to October, which is the end of the financial year for Disney, October 1st. We've got what else? Andor's 5-year run being cut to 3. You know, look, the shiny object, the Reedy Creek thing, the dykes and the fags screaming and shouting and ranting and raving about their, oh, that's fine. I get it. You don't have to apologize. I lost money too. We lost money too here. But that, you know, when you play the market, that's what happens. And you got to remember that going into when you invest in stocks, that's you know, you're at the mercy of people who have a lot of money to play with. All right. That's why I say invest in gold, and that kind of thing. And if you have the money, real estate. The more real estate you own, I think the better you're off because it's solid. Okay. Anyway, but with all that stuff going on, I have a feeling Kennedy's on her way out. Okay. All right. We still have some issues, but there has to be a house cleaning. Watch what happens at Twitter. I tell you right now, first off, I wouldn't have given those people a chance to say anything. When he said, we're not going to fight our customers anymore, they're going to be our North Star. When, Susan Arnold basically put up Pablo Hidalgo's tweets and said, we're not doing this anymore, that was fine. When the investors asked Chapek about the Florida bill, I just said, look, I don't think it's wise to make an enemy of the state government. Okay? We're not getting involved. There you go. And I would have put my foot down. I would have pulled a David Zaslav. I would have put my foot down and said, this isn't happening. Okay, we're not going to discuss this. Oh, they do this. That's why you keep your money in there for the long term. Yeah, the activists are the cause of this. And I would go to the board and say, as CEO, I reserve the right to fire these people. I did not hire them. They're losing us money. Our mission is to make the investors money. Okay? And I would say that these people were hired by the previous administration for ambitious personal ambitions. And if they said, well, can we wait? We don't want to fire them. I look at Susan Arnold and say, what do we tell the investors? What do we tell the stockholders? And she would probably say, just fire them. Get them out of here. Look. And you could come up with a plethora of ways of getting rid of them. First off, the Imagineers, the people complaining about moving to Florida. If you don't want to move, guess what? You're fired. Here's your severance package. Get the hell out of here. Okay? The people that were going to be moved are mid-level to higher up executives. And Disney, go and watch Valiant Renegades video after this. Disney is actually building with the help of a local government a brand new, high-tech, beautiful development for them. Okay? Now, having lived in Florida and run around there and doing stuff, I suddenly realized that there are places that are nice, and they're building a really nice place. So first off, I'd use that move. Second of all, I defund Reimagine Tomorrow. I defund a lot of the stuff, and I would go in and quietly fix things that were changed. I go into Epcot and replace the Luca or Soul paintings back to what they were. I go to Main Street USA and put it back the way it was quietly. I wouldn't say anything to the people that had changed it. And I would just start making it uncomfortable for them to do their jobs. Okay, I would, not but because they're gay or whatever. I would make it very difficult for them to maneuver. Okay, defund them. Don't give them any more money. We can't afford this program. All right, but if you do the job you were hired for to begin with, you're fine. They could take a choice. Do they want their job or do they want to be activists? There you go. There are many imaginative ways you can make these people leave. Okay? And I've told people this. Look at Disney's website to see where these people go. Because we're not going to hear about LaTondra Newton leaving. We're not going to hear about LaToya Ravenel or Carrie Burke. Well, we might hear about Carrie Burke. She is, strangely, the former president of ABC. We'll hear about her. But they will leave. They don't want to go and move to Florida. Don't. Here's your severance. Here's your 401k. See ya. Go find a new job. All right. And that would take care of it. Now, would there be wailings and lamentations? I'll tell you something. The only place we really saw it, besides the mainstream media, and that was just like drowned out by what the fuck, is on Twitter. And with Elon Musk owning Twitter outright, the narrative will shift. Okay, the narrative, will shift from a bunch of SJWs screaming they don't want to be called child groomers to having people say right back at them saying, then don't. That's what you sound like. If you don't want to be called a groomer, maybe watch what you say, or maybe don't be a groomer. Because that's what they are. I mean, they can say what they want, but that's what they are. But that's what I would do, okay? And I would make a public statement saying that while Disney is a place where everybody has a right to work, we are not getting involved in local politics. We are not getting involved in politics at all. We are no longer giving any money that's a fact. We are not giving any more money to any causes, any cause. Okay, I mean any. No climate causes even. No animal welfare causes. Nothing. Okay, that would pretty much, because that would cover everything. Okay, all right. We're here. We are a money making entity. We are not a nonprofit. If you want to be an activist, go right ahead. Go with God. God bless you. Go do it. Okay, activist to your heart's content. That's what I would do. No, but he can use it. What is Sun Tzu's rule? Appear weak when you're strong and strong when you're weak. All right. And you might see the board change. The Disney board really has to be changed. That's one of Susan Arnold's big issues. There is the people on that board aren't there for Disney's best interests. They don't have those interests at heart. and they gotta go. All right. But, you know, again, we don't see what's going on behind the scenes. Those videos are now 3 weeks old, almost a month old. And God knows what's happened since then. Remember what I say. Every rumor that we hear about is probably a week old. We don't know what's happening right now. Okay? Anyway, I've been on for 40 minutes. But I do want to say this. We're really seeing right now Hollywood in general realize that it's the gravy train's over. All right. And it's gonna hi Matt Piranha. And again, I'm gonna say Amy Ratcliffe introducing this series that bothers me a great deal. But we'll see. Again, they didn't say it was High Republic, so I don't know. And Tales of the Jedi was a what? Dark Horse comic series. So in of itself, that's pretty good. But I don't know. Anyway, that's just a bad kind of a thing to make me go. Anyway, I gotta go, and I will see. Look, what time is it? I will see you guys around the galaxy. Behave, be safe, and talk to y'all later.